aligning it with the earth, the geological data, okay? This is what they're communicating about, all right? And what's happening right now is we are at the end of a Kali Yuga. We at the end of some bullshit. All right, so yeah, it's still some bullshit, but it's like the last bit of the bullshit, and we have to really take a stand and learn how to execute, okay, or contract, okay, y'all feel what I'm saying, and uphold the woman, the matriarchy at the same time. Cause let's not leave out the womb of man. All right, let's keep it moving. All right, now, if you understand the conspiracy, all right, of this Super Bowl logo. The first thing that I wanna look at is that if you look at the colors right here, they already told you who was gonna be playing the Super Bowl a long time ago. All right, you see red and green. All right, red was telling you Kansas, green was telling you Philadelphia. This was way before the Super Bowl came out. All right, so a lot of people that know how to pick up on cultural codes, all right, they begin to also know what's already gonna be happening before they happen because they know how to read the codes. This is how they read. All right. Now, I want everybody to know that when Kendrick Lamar first stepped out of the car, all right, what was the car? What type of car was this, y'all? What type of car was this right here? What type of car is that? I want everybody to put G and X. G and X. G and X. All right. That's right. It's a G and X. That's right. It's a G and X. It's not it's a Buick. It's a Buick GNX. All right. Now, what does GNX stand for, y'all? I want everybody to put Grand National Experimental. I want everybody to put Grand National Experimental. All right, Rahu back, my brother. So we know that off the rip, okay, we know that off the rip, it's some social experiments going on a grand national level. Even though this was the car that he was born in, okay, that the first car he ever rode in from a baby, we have to look at the cultural codes, okay? It's a Buick Grand National, right, experimental. We got to understand what's going on because when I'm hopping out the car, I'm understanding that on a grand scale, on a national scale, it's a universal experiment happening on the face of the planet. It ain't just America that's being experimented on with this high vibratory energy. It's all over the world. All right, it's a GNX. All right, so we really have to really know that all of the beings that first hopped out this car, they all hopped out the same car. I want everybody to put this in the chat group. I won't divide myself against myself. Put that in the chat group. All right. I won't divide myself against myself. You got to understand what's going on with the cultural code. I won't divide myself against myself. And when you don't divide yourself against yourself, it is impossible, or as if it is impossible, for any outside being to come, right, separate you from yourself. All right, so this is also saying you got to stop separating your lower self from your higher self. Oh my gosh. Why? Because without you having your lower self, you wouldn't even be able to appreciate your higher self. You have to know that your lower self and your higher self are both important. All right? Because a lot of people want you to forget about your lower self. Yes, they do. Yeah, you know they want you to only focus on your higher self as if, no, without your lower self, you wouldn't even be able to know anything about your higher self. Okay? So this is also saying we're not falling for the light code lockdown tricks. We're not falling for all that fake ass love and light shit. All of those empty promises that y'all been promising us, all of this bullshit. No, we finna go take what's ours. And the only way we can integrate that level of energy is by what? Integrating our lower self, because our lower self know what it feels like to go through that struggle. Right, our lower self know what it feels like to stand firm and go to the higher level. All right, and we're gonna have to have that same level of strength, that same level of dignity when we are in our higher self, so that we remain foundational and unwavering. All right, when truth is concerned. All right, so it is a revolution. All right, and what we do have to look at is how do we want to play the game moving forward. All right, because remember they told you that the game was what? Over. Yes, they did. They told you that the game was over. Yes, they did. They said that the game is over. Okay, now listen. They're also telling you that outside of blackness, outside of the blackness, that's where all colors come from. So I want everybody to put colors originate outside of the blackness. All right? Colors originate from outside of the blackness. All right, that's also what this is about. Why you see the lights right here in the midst back is all black is basically telling you that outside of the blackness is where colors originate from, which they're showing you that the only color, right, the only color that really is chaotic is the blind and white light. Let me tell you what I mean by that. Thank you so much. All right, so the first and the highest ordinance that we have is called dark matter. All right, dark matter energy, or dark matter is what we call black. The next thing that came out of that was what we call the blind and white light, right? And the blind and white light is chaos, right? So what we had to do, the blackness had to put the blind and white light into a prism, and then that disperses what we call colors, all right, or what we call visible light, okay? So the game is over. In other words, we're not being manipulated by the blinding white light, okay? Or what people say, chaos, all right? The chaos energy is no longer supreme because we are now able to look at the visible light, or what we call the chakra colors, or the rainbow colors, or the 7 colors of the emotional spectrum, okay? But they're just telling you that this is how it originated. So the game is over, all right? We're not playing the game of what we can't see, we can't see what's going on. No. We're not no longer dealing with blind faith, okay? We're dealing with facts here, all right? And fact is, all right, we are security contractors, okay? We built this nation on good faith and good credit, all right? And the usurpness or the lie was that they came over here and they did some Debo shit, and they didn't do the Debo shit and take it. We was whooping that ass for a long time, all right? So the biggest play is for us to be fighting against each other. That's the biggest play. But that game is over with. We're coming back together, okay? No matter what side of the spectrum a person may be on, we're integrating back together. All right, G. And that's very, very imperative to understand as well, because when we speak about the blackness, or when we speak about we're talking about the womb of the woman. All right, when we communicate it, we're talking about the womb of the woman. I want everybody to put it's dark inside of my mama's belly. Put that in the chat group. It's dark inside of my mama's belly. Ain't no damn light in there. It's dark inside of there. Maritime law, let's go. Water words, let's go. The doctorial, let's go. Okay, it's dark inside of Big Mama belly. All right? And when I come out of Big Mama belly, guess what? I come into what we call light, but not the blind and white light that they want you to be in the hospitals with, okay? We were supposed to be having babies outside, inside of the water, inside of the sea, squatting down, not laying on our backs, all right? Pay attention to what I'm trying to tell you now, all right? Because the games, all of the games that they've been playing is over, all right? All of them. And it all deals with how we want to use our security interests moving forward, okay? How I want to use my certificate of live birth, how I want to use, all right? And we got to understand the detriment that this has done to how we perceive awareness, okay? If I bring a baby in, or a woman brings a baby in by laying on her back, all right? And then she brings a baby into a facilitated area, all right? A child into a facilitated area where a person that don't even have the blood rights to spank or pinch this person. All right, you understand? All right, and now this baby is confused and blinded by this white light. That's chaos. That's chaos. Whereas I'm telling you that what we used to do, all right, is that the woman used to squat down inside of the water, inside of the sea, and have the baby out. And guess what? When the baby comes out in the sea, for a whole 5 to 10 seconds, the baby's still thinking he's in the water of the mother, right? In the darkness. And then the mother gets the umbilical cord, right, and reels him in, or her in. See? All right? Brings the baby up out of the water. You feel what I'm saying? Boom. You feel me? And now the baby has the water, hits the air, not the conditioned air, okay? Not the air conditioning, hits the real natural air. Boom. Breathes it in for the first time. Boom. Has the right light. Not the blinding white light, okay? The right photonic energy, the sunlight hitting it, which represents the fire, okay? And then the mother herself is the earth. Okay, are y'all paying attention to what I'm trying to tell you? All type of games that they've been playing are over with. Okay, so you have to also understand that that's why black, out of the black, all lights come. We're talking about out of the womb of the mothers. And those who honor the system of the mother has the ability to restore a matriarchal standpoint of unity, of bringing the both parties together. Not both parties working on the same side of foolery and buffoonery. Okay, not both sides are the same difference of the same doctrines of the same evil. That shit over with. Okay? Both parties are now coming together saying, you know what, I was tricked and you was tricked. We both was tricked. We both was tricked. All right, now let's turn some tricks. All right, let's go turn some tricks together. Okay, this is what the mother is showing us. This is the matriarchal energy that our mothers is saying, let's go, all rise, all my babies, all universal babies, big mama babies who know how to communicate across the stars and the land. Let's take a stand. I'm not just talking about my star babies, my star seeds. We got some earth angels over here too. Okay? And in order for us to really make this play, right, all right, really live, we're going to have to work together. We're going to have to work together, all my star seeds and my earth angels. We're going to have to come together and make a real play. All right, plays with no delays. All right, so this deals with contracting. All right, this deals with understanding that we got billions of dollars in our security and our trust interest and knowing how to use it to discharge all debt on the face of the planet. And we got two tribes or chiefs, the chiefs or the landlords, okay, and the eagles that sit high. Right? The eagles, they sit high, they look low. The chiefs, the lords of the land, we have to work together from the stars to the land. Okay, and stop allowing them to use us against each other, to play this game against each other. All right, because we not like Uncle Sam now. All right, and this is what this is about. All right, that A that you see right there is not about the A minor. It's not about that. How do I know it's not about that? Because A minor on the chord is a capital A. That's a lowercase a, symbolizing the alpha beta system of the Greek. And this stands for the alpha. I want everybody to put the beginning, new beginnings. This is the alpha. This is the Greek letter of alpha. Okay? Where Kendrick Lamar is saying I originated as the alpha. All right? Or the what we call the original architect, which is the alpha. All right? And we're going to do the new beginning all the way to the omega. Okay, that's what the A is about. It's not the A minor because it would have been a capital A. That's why he has a lowercase a, allowing you to understand that this is not dealing with a musical chord. This is dealing with what we call the alpha, okay, the beginning. And in this case, we are looking at new beginnings. All right, that's right. Even the genes had a message. That's right. All right, the new beginnings. All right, the alpha energy. All right, once a person that comes in as an alpha has knowledge and wisdom of who they are. All right, so that's what it symbolizes. I know exactly who I am in spite of, listen, in spite of me working with these devils and these demons, okay, I also have the angelic forces, all right, balancing out, right, any karmic debt that I may be dealing with. So I qualify, all right, to know my duty and my role in the midst of all of this foolishness, all right, and we're going to have some people strong enough to know that, man, we can go, when we go in here, we know how to contract, okay? In other words, I know how to make a devil sign some paperwork that I got. Why don't you sign my paperwork? You guys you got a contract for me. I have a contract for you. I need your signature on here. Okay? Understand what I'm trying to tell you? Alphas can do that. All right? This means that I'm responsible, okay, that I no longer need to be micromanaged, all right, as my overhead. I am responsible enough as a sovereign celestial soul to contract and take care of my own, soul or sovereign rights. Okay, this is what this is about. That's why he has the A on, symbolizing to everybody that, you know, and we're not talking just like the alpha male construct, okay, but we're talking about what alpha is in totality, the origin of the new beginning, okay? Well, we have the A as the architect and O as the oracle. A is the alpha and O is the omega, all right? Are y'all paying attention to that? All right. I even went so deep to find the patterns of how certain beings set up stages and things like that. And I found it very interesting that they wanted this to be very simple. Okay? They wanted this to be very simple. They weren't trying to make this complex. All right, which symbolizes that there's somebody on the inside really working so hard to make it simple for us to understand and understand and understand what's going on. All right, by Brand Design. Shout out to the Rogers, by the way, who's been doing this. And if you look at their name, Rogers and her crew at Tribe Inc. I want everybody to put Tribe Inc. Why do she have a name called? Why is their business name called Tribe Inc.? Pay attention. All right, we're talking about the people that have been orchestrating, okay, Super Bowls for decades, for the past decade. All right? Why is there a company, why is there a crew called Tribe Inc.? All right? Like it says Bruce Rogers and has been designing the Super Bowl halftime show for nearly 2 decades. All right? And this means that they know what they're doing, but I'm finding it very ironic that when they designed this show that they wanted to be very simple. Not complex, all right, because moving forward, we don't have to have the complexity mind to think that it's going to be hard for us to achieve whatever it is that we need to achieve or receive the codes that are being emanated. It's going to be so simple for us to see, all right? Okay, are y'all paying attention to the tribe and how they incorporate, all right, these cultural codes that we picking up on and how simple that they wanted it to be? When I looked at the pattern, I say, well, they really wanted this to be so simple, all right? They didn't want it to be all complicated. They wanted this stuff to be simple, all right? For us to understand, understand, and understand, okay? And we really got to be grateful for those type of beings that work to really make sure that we get the messages on this end and stop thinking that everybody that does that is a devil or a demon. We got to stop thinking like that. These are our ancestors in the stars moving on our behalf to communicate with us what time it is on the face of the earth plane. And once you really start looking at it like this, okay, it's going to be easier for you to find a sweet spot and understand what your placement is and the value that you hold to this uprising and evolution. All right, because it's going to be different to everybody. Everybody going to pick up on different things, okay, as the messages are going across. But what does that mean, and how can you contribute that to your family, to your culture, to your society? All right, so that we can really enforce as we endorse and saying, you know what, no more games, okay, unless we create them. And plus, the games that if we were to create games, that would be more for the uprising of humanity, for the liberation of the mind, okay, and much more of the liberation of the soul. That's another thing that they're trying to tell us with their games are being over with. They're not saying in totality that we will not have any more games, but they're saying the dirty games are over with. Okay, the dirty games, because as long as we're having a human experience, we're going to be in a simulation, correct? All right, so that's going to mean if there's a simulation, there's always going to be some controllers of the simulation, all right? But for the most part, we have the ability, all right, to implement a society or a system or a game that really allows peace to reign supreme, just like we had a whole 6,000 year period of negativity reigning supreme. Well, we also can have a whole 6,000 year of positivity reigning supreme. We're always going to have evil, right? But can it be a minimal amount of evil? And that's what we're looking at moving forward. Okay, moving forward, all right, in the next 700 years from now, it's going to be evil ain't going to be secret, and it ain't going to be so much. And that's why we clean the house right now. Yep, I see that every color came out of the black car. Yes, ma'am, we spoke about that. All right, we spoke about that, Lenny Mix. Right, we spoke about that. What it's referencing was the black womb, or the black mother, or the black womb of man. And we also spoke about that car that you speak of is also called what? It's also called a GNX. That stands for Grand National what? Experimental. Right, so the Grand National Experiment right now is us understanding that the black mother is God. All right, or that the black woman, all right, is what we call the Eve gene, or she has the mitochondria to produce every type of demographic of beings on the face of the planet. That's really what they're telling you about it coming out of the black car. All right, the Eve gene, she's the mother of all genetics. Okay, exactly what they're communicating, which is the mitochondrial line. And those who have the ability to activate the mitochondrial line, such as a being like Kendrick Lamar, would have the power to integrate or to, bring together two parties and make them stop fighting each other. All right. And that's why you see them holding hands and connected right here as they are. They're all touching one another. Okay. Because when they do that, now they're referencing the stars. Okay. They're referencing the stars. All right, and he is a alpha, or the alpha as in the new beginning, those who have the ability to know who and what we really represent, okay, and take a stand to bring the people together. All right, not being afraid of any consequences that may come with bringing the people together. All right, and of course, to reach that level, you have to have the execution factor to carry out the law that the woman is executing. All right, because the women are the lawgivers. And they are a part of the law making thing. They are the lawgivers, and the men are the executioners of that law. All right. But that's why in every ancient culture we see the woman holding her son. Why is it a son? Because the son is the secret. Her son, or the SUN, is her secret of light that she has passed the information through the mitochondrial line from. All right. So that's right. Right. That's right. So that's why we looking at quote unquote off a certain gem, a hidden gem, or a Gemini, okay, who understands both sides. Okay, that's why he's a gem or a Gemini who understands both sides of his perception awareness. Okay, Tupac was a Gemini as well. Okay, Kanye West, all these beings are Geminis who understand both sides of what's going on. All right, and once you reach that level, you activate what we call the alpha. All right, very, very important to know that this is why they're linking in. All right, why they're locking in together, although that they came out of the same car. Right, they got separated. Remember we spoke about that. All right, they got separated. All right, let me show you. Let's go there again. All right, and once again, they are coming together to represent the stars. All right, because we know that on the flag we deal with the stars. That's why he speaks in double entendres. That's exactly why. All right, it's right. All right, so let's go back to where we was looking at when they first came out of the whip. All right. Once again, that's a Grand National Experimental we talking about. And I think I can find it. I know I just had it on there somewhere. I just got to find that bad boy. Okay, right here. All right, see, the dancers are all colors, right, came from the same car. See, they came, but they ended up separate. You see that? The white is with the white, the red is with the red, the blue is with the blue. Are y'all paying attention to what's going on? All right, so we all came from the mitochondrial woman, okay, but somehow, in some way, all right, we got separate. We got separated, okay? So it's going to take a divine being to represent. Right? Yes, the powers that be, that's us. It's going to take a divine being to bring all of these things together. Okay? All right? Are y'all seeing that? All right? We're talking about how the stars, the star stories, or I want everybody to put stellar mythos. STELLAR mythos. We can no longer be confused within the stellar mythos. All right? All right, we can no longer be confused within the stellar mythos. That's what they're showing you. All right, because somehow, some way, we forgot that the stories that they were telling us were our stories that we passed down as stellar mythos, so that we can really have proper understanding and dialogue about what's happening on the face of the earth. Okay? Very, very important to understand that this is why they came out of the same thing and they were separated, but later on we see them what? Coming all together. Okay, representing the stars or the stellar mythos being back into its proper context. In other words, those who are of the star seeds qualify to tell star stories. And we know really about what's going on with the Star Wars. All right, that way when we don't get lost in translation on Earth. Like, nah, bro, that ain't what the story really talking about. You lying. We really supposed to be working together. All right. And that's what we're looking at right now at the end of this Kali Yuga. It's much more of us coming together, all right, than it is of us separating. That's the real talk. All right, it's much more of us activating the unity construct of coming together than it is of us being separated. Although we got separated, we're locking back up and we're acclimating back up. Okay, so this is what we call a collective communication. All right, they're teaching us about how, you know, although we have our individual differences, okay, most importantly, we're integrating. We knowing that our differences make us who we are, and we're integrating a collectivism. All right, which is symbolic to Aquarius energy. It's innovative, it's collective, it's going to be infused with technology, all this the good stuff that we can see inside of this. So that's also what it's speaking about, family. We got to stop looking at this as negative, and we got to stop looking at this as evil. We just got to know that people fear what they don't understand, even us. So we just got to start picking back up and putting everything right where it's at. There's 302 of us in the chat group, y'all. Go follow my YouTube channel. It's THE space Real Way. The real way. Real is one word. All right. You can go find that in my link tree. Go straight to my YouTube and then subscribe. All of my long form content will be on there. All right. Stellar Mythos. Yes. Stellar Mythos is just the mythological stories of the stars. All right. We found out that our sisters practice Sabaism. I want everybody to put Sabaism. All right. Because I need to let you know what's going on. What is Sabaism? Y'all put that in the chat group. All right. This is what they're communicating about. Okay, they're communicating about the stars. Sabaism, put that in the chat group so y'all know what they're talking about. And who are our Sas? And who are our Bas? Right? Sas are our women. The priesthood, the women. Bas are the men. Okay, you hear people saying Baba. All right, but we have Sa priestess. Okay, all right. That's right. Not to use wickedness to gain righteousness. That's right. All right. But it also said that the inheritance of the wicked shall be passed down to the righteous. All right. Very, very. She said, how will aliens tie into all of it? We are the aliens. All right. We are the aliens. Okay. It's not how we are known as non-residential aliens to the land. That means that we've been here. All right. So when you speak about aliens, you're talking about us. Not these creatures that you haven't seen with your physical eyes. They're talking about us, okay? We are the aliens that are invading, okay? It's us. That's what they're trying to tell you, all right? But once again, that's why they call us star seeds, because we understand star stuff, all right? Now, what about the size? All right, these are the size, okay? These are the size. The star women. All right. Hence the word Seba came from Sheba. So when you hear about the Queen Sheba now, Queen Sheba, Seba, all of that, these are the women who qualify to tell you what was going on with the stars and how to execute that on the land. This is why we had her right here saying, all rise. All rise. That's why she's telling all of the stars, rise up, stars. It's our time. Okay. Rise up, stars. Right? Rise up. You say it's a he. All right. Which is a totally different construct of these type of niggas. It's different from them niggas. Them niggas out of line. I don't give a damn what nobody say. These niggas don't want you to know about no stars. These niggas don't want you to know about your culture. These niggas don't want you to know about your history. These niggas don't want you to know about anything that's true. They want you to be quiet. Shh, don't say nothing. These niggas over here don't want you to know nothing that's real. They want you to live in the system. Okay, why so much rap about killing? I don't know what type of stuff you talk about. Well, I don't listen to music about killing. It's a whole lot of rap about a whole lot of high vibrational things. So that's a reality that you live in. That's not the reality of totality. That shit that you talking about don't even make sense no more. It's not even a lot of people rapping about killing no more. It's not even a lot of people rapping about killing anymore. So that what your interpretation of is that shit is over with. You know what I'm saying? Everybody know that. Everybody on the planet know that most niggas is integrating spirituality, high vibration. They rapping about credit. They're rapping about beautiful shit. So that shit dead. Everybody know that. Hence, he's trying to tell him, man, quiet that bringing people together down. All right? Quiet that people down. You said you tripping this mad people rapping about killing, LOL. That's in your reality. That's in your reality. All right? It ain't a lot of people rapping about killing. You feel me? You think it's a lot of people because that's all you listen to. You have to expand your horizon. What you're looking at is a small demographic of people that are non-influential. Okay? Even if you listen to the radio right now, they ain't even rapping about killing. These niggas rapping about stupid shit, but it ain't about killing. That's how I know you niggas ain't really tapping into the cultural codes. You niggas are agents to want to shine a spotlight on negativity. That's all you want to do. You can't even integrate a balance to understand that both sides reign supreme. All right? All right? It's not about low vibrational music. It's about understanding the cultural codes, my brother. All right? Once we start picking up on the CCs, on the cultural codes, you start activating CCC and start making communicative, comparable comprehension. You just can't compare with the type of message that nigga bringing you. So because you can't compare with the type of message that somebody bringing you, you lost in the sauce. You'd rather go hear about some stupid ass dumb shit about killing. You niggas is not even paying attention to the codes because you don't like to read, because you don't like to study, because you don't like to pick up on the codes. That's that this nigga wants you to believe. Right? That's the ignorance that this dude wants you to believe. All right? That's the ignorance. All right? That's the ignorance. In other words, niggas want you to be ignorant or ignorant to high vibrational things. Once you become ignorant, you ignore high vibrational things, you just put yourself in a situation, into a system to listen to these type of niggas. And I'm telling you that these type of niggas ain't really got no voice no more. They just making a lot of noise, but they don't have a voice. Correct? Okay, who was that just in the chat group? Somebody was just in the chat group. Somebody was just inside trying to come up. All right. What blood type are you? Ashley. I'm O negative. I'm the original alien. I am the original alien. You know, before we got out of hand. Okay. Okay. Shout out to all my O negative and even my O positive beings, but I'm O negative, so you know we different. All right, we different. All right, we different. All right, all my O babies, y'all know what's up. Shout out to my A and my B babies. Like everybody got their power. All right, but I'm just telling you, we different. All right, if you are O negative, the whole world wants you. They're trying to get you. You the most hot commodity on the face of the planet because the information that's deep inside of your nucleic acid. Okay, very imperative. That's a great question, by the way. All right, so we gotta know that ain't nobody listening to this shit no more. Ain't nobody listening to y'all bullshit ass lies about be quiet. We don't know what we talking about. You're not influential anymore. You can't tax us no more. Like we know we all our life we knew there was something wrong about being taxed. Some of y'all who deal with wealth and finances, you guys know what I'm talking about. Some of you guys who deal with wealth and finances, you guys know exactly what I'm talking about. You guys know people who deal with business, they understand contracting. You guys know what I'm talking about. Okay? People who know about 1099As and people who know about security interests and people who know about private trust estates, and you guys know what I'm talking about. All right? What are you doing for your community? Great question, Doc Chris Gentry. I think that was a great question. What I'm doing for my community is raising vibrational awareness. Matter of fact, if you really want to know what I'm doing for my community, you can go into my link tree and get one of my books. Yeah, I'm an author as well. I got a lot of digital products that we help people with mental health awareness. I got a book called Takobu, stands for the comfort of being uncomfortable. Takobu, go be. It's an ancient tribal name. Takobu. Matter of fact, you can go get that book and see what that book do for you and what it help you do for your community. All right? We got a lot of stuff to do. We do real retreats. We bring people together in real life. All right? All right, community is just common unity. All right, what is common for us to unite? All right, so maybe you need to just go into my university, hit my link tree, and maybe you can have you some digital products that can help you spark what you can do for your community. For sure, you know what I mean. I'm a real teacher in real life, and I raise the vibratory frequencies in real life. This ain't just like me online. I was just talking. All right, I got real retreats. We brought real people together. We do real things, and that's what we do. We grow as a collective. It's not about what I do. It's about what we do. And once you wrap your head about that, you won't be looking at me so hard. You'll start looking at us, and you will say, what can we do to help our community? That's what this ritual was about. Everybody looking at the negative, but they don't see the positive. And nigga, what can we do to make it? Now you don't want to be my brother when I say what we can do. What can we do? Because when I say what can we do, it puts you at a responsible. Now you're responsible for the uprising. You feel me? Now I put the responsibility not just on myself, on both of us. I turned your me into a we. I turned my M upside down. Okay? Maybe you can start picking up on the cultural codes. All right? You know, and I know you butthurt, but at the end of the day, you don't want to represent our women the right way. You know what I'm saying? You worried about gang members and shit. All right, you don't want to talk about our how we supposed to uphold the matriarchy because you don't understand that the modern day gangs are no more than our original tribes. It's no more than the turf. You looking at gang and your mind can't go back to the original tribes. They just switched the name, and then when we were asleep and did some defiling stuff to make us think that we did it to each other. And no, I'm not in what you think, but I am a tribal member. I am a part of a tribe. I have real what we call indigenous roots, and that's not the flex. It's just that saying that the information inside of my blood is activated. It's not no longer lying dormant. All right, and I'm trying to get you to see the same thing. Stop looking at what the nigga is doing and see what you can add. What can you offer? So that I got another book called The Power of We. Unlocking your cosmic energy through the universal principles of nature. That's available on Amazon. All right, and I also got a workbook to go along with the book that can help you really get your mindset established in a collective way. All right, because we have value. All right, because we have value. All right. Very, very imperative to understand that there's a lot of good symbology that came out of this. All right? For all my chiefs that think that you lost, okay, they just telling you that the eagles are the ones that sit high. So we got to follow the stars first. We have to follow the stars first. Okay? And for those that are a part of the eagle clan, okay, when you look up, when you sit high and you look low, you are now an overseer. Okay, those that have the ability to become oversee, you are overseeing those that are what we call the seers. All right, what are you overseeing? You're overseeing what we call seers. Okay. All right. Right, the seers. All right, the seers. All right, that's what the overseers look at. The overseers are overseeing the seers. All right, so we can't take nothing away from our seers on the face of the earth. A lot of our seers are being able to see beyond the illusion in real life in real time. And we got to have the right overseers to see that and to see the way through. All right. So the government allowed this message. We are the government. All right. I'm taking Q&A right now. And if anybody want to come up in the panel to ask a question, this is the opportunity for you to get up in the panel to ask the question. We are the government, bro. What we thought was the government is no longer, it ain't even real no more. All right? So it's going to deal with, do you know how to contract or not? Are you utilizing your security interests or your prepaid interests on behalf of your estate? Okay? Because this is what they don't want you to know. What begin to happen when a person like you, that's a high vibrational being, that's a lovable being, that care about family, that care about sentient life, that care about souls, begin to understand how to use your security interests. You're gonna learn how to become a family banker and empower your family. You're gonna be like, nigga, fuck Uncle Sam. You're gonna be like, Uncle who? That nigga ain't my uncle. You're gonna be like, man, that nigga is not my uncle, fam. Hell no. What's up, Monopoly?
What's going on, big dog?
Hey, no, you definitely asked for a massage.
No, I didn't. Hey,
what's up, Monopoly? What question you got for the tribe?
Hey, tell me all the secrets, man.
Okay, so first and foremost, the secrets, the first secret that you need to know is your placement value in this collective. That's the first secret. All right, the first secret that you need to know is the secret within your own soul. All right, because we all have a certain secret that can unlock us to go to the next level, or that we can keep inside the closet and hide and allow us to shrivel up and drive up. So first and foremost, you have to ask yourself, what secret power do you have to offer to the collective? All right, what secret do you have? That's the first secret that you always want to look at, because when we think about the external version of a secret, we already lost. The secret is within us first. All right, that's the first secret. So you got to ask yourself, right, what do you have to offer to the collective, and what's your angle, all right, of degree that you want to implement? That's the first secret. That's how you can tell who the imposters are on the land and who are not the imposters, because the first thing we want to look at is a person's strength and what they can contribute to the collective, okay, and how we can look at the nature of Earth, of our Mother Earth, as well as our Big Mama Universe, and make sure our children, are supreme on the land, and make sure that the woman is reigned right on her sacerdotal seat, and that the men are able to execute that, because the family structure and the family dynamic has always been the lead influencer of culture. All right, we knew that it take a village to raise a child. The village was not just the maternal line; it was the paternal line and the maternal line. All right, and the child that they were talking about was a child who carried the secrets within them. It was a particular child, not just any child. It was a chosen child, a child of both paternal and maternal reign. So that's my take for you. All right, because if you are part of the uprising, all right, the secret that you have to find out is within yourself. All right, what's up, Miss? How you say your name, Stars? I see your name, Stars. What's up, Stars?
Oh, I thought you were talking to me.
Hey, what's up, King? Okay, so my question is, so since you're a high vibrational, like-minded being, how are we going to all come together? Like, how King's sending out the message to let people know, okay, game's over with the other side? How, like I don't know where you from, where you live, you know what I mean? But there's so many of us all scattered around, and there's no, set, plan, okay, where do we go? When the big cities start getting hit, where do we go? Who we find? Who do we talk to? You know what I mean? That'd be my big thing. How are we going to connect to each other when it's time for us to start building our communities and building our own governments and start taking care of each other, because that's what's going to be the thing to keep us going, But when we all scattered and then don't know what's going on, we're going to be part of the chaos. That's what my big thing is.
So, first and foremost, that's a great question, by the way, sis. First and foremost, we have to know deep down in the inside of the soul that we were intentionally scattered abroad, right? It was designed for us to be scattered abroad because we hold a certain power as individuals. One of us can take out, and I'm speaking not take out in the physical, all right, but I'm saying for the ratio for every one of us is 1,000 of them, all right. So what we represent is a symbol of power, all right, and we naturally will acclimate. Right, we naturally will acclimate. They use a word called accretion. Accrete. To accrete is where over time, right, it turns into something different, right? So we naturally will acclimate to one another as we unlock our DNA. But what we have to learn how to do is connect to nature or to the nectar.
Okay. So You're O negative. I'm O negative. I've deep dived into being O negative.
Hold on, Ashley, hold on, real fast.
Yes, that's affiliated with the fallen angels.
Hold on, Ashley. Be respectful, Miss Ashley. Okay, you'll have your time to speak, but I'm answering the question that she adds. A very high vibrational and valuable question. All right, so first and foremost, like I was saying, we have to get connected to the Netaru, all right, or to what we call the nature, all right, because the cult, or what we call culture, is directly connected to how we move and how we groove as a people, and this deals with what we call soul expression. So first and foremost, we have to know if we can see and identify with one another on the land first, because there are a lot of imposters that appear to be us, okay, and they look like us, and they also don't look like us, and they not us. So we have to really know how to really spot us, and we know because of our fruits. All right, so first and foremost, we got to start linking up with the right people and start to see.
That's been my thing. See, me, I have a group of women. So, like, me, I have, like, my own, like, thing that I do where I'm from. And, like, where I'm from, I'm from Oregon. So, it's 2% black in the whole state. And I'm from Portland. And I'm native and black. And out here, and I'm Afro-Indigenous, too. Out here, it's such a small community. And they all, like, real city, all wrapped up in, that life. And like a lot of people, like you just said, is starting to like see, because what's going on with Trump and everything going on, they're like, oh shit, maybe these people that was on TikTok spazzing out was probably right. You know what I mean? Like maybe, and it's really the black men, because out here they got that mindset. And then as women, a lot of it is more as women who are already starting to wake up and like, before the men is. I feel like when Rashad Jamal went away and he was preaching about some things that was, awakening men on that level, because men can reach men more, and I know for me, I always can reach a woman first before I can reach a man. So it's like, for me, it's like I have women who like down, to come together with our kids and whatever we got to do to learn how to live off the land and learn how to live, holistically that way. But it's finding other people, like the man's supposed to be the hunters, the gatherers, and, building stuff. Well, you build stuff too, you know what I mean? Don't get me wrong. But finding like, like that type of soul tribe, like, and people be so far from each other, like you said, yes, I can find like-minded individuals to my level, and then there's the next level after that. You know what I mean? Like once you have some of the people that's ready to like, okay, we know it's about to come. Okay, so now what do we do next? Like, where do we go? Because like,
what I want to give you is one of the ancient practices that all women should utilize. All right, because you guys have a power to nurture nature like no other. The number one question response that I want to give you is to ask yourself. Right, because you guys know how to hold an entirely different form of life, which means that the nurture gene that you have is natural to nature itself. So sometimes you got to sit back and ask yourself, right? You call your first name out. You say, whatever your first name is, such and such. How am I going to link up with the right people, right? And then you let it go. You let it go, and you allow the universe, okay, to nurture the essence of the vibratory frequency, which is the question that you ask yourself, because we hold all the answers inside of ourselves. So that would be my go take for you. Just try it out. Just experiment. You know what I'm saying? Do it on your own time and just sit back and let it go. Release the good energy to the universe, just like we release negative energy to the universe. So you have to learn how to release positive energy to the universe. Let it go and watch how the universe bends, okay, to your will as in power or as in soul. So I have a technique called WHEEL, your WILL. You have to know how to will your will. You have to know how to turn these energy centers into in your body to the power, or what we call the green light. So that would be my.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah,
I'm gonna give it. We'll come back, but let me give other people an opportunity to speak real fast. Yes, okay.
all right, thank you.
Jordan, we on Jordan next. Let me get to Crystal first, because I skipped Crystal. I thought she was but go ahead, Crystal. Go ahead, Crystal, and then we'll get to Miss Jordan, and then we'll get to Ashley.
Jordan can go first.
Okay, what's up, Miss Jordan? What's up, Miss Jordan? How you doing?
I'm good. So I was just thinking about how you were talking about how there were 5 levels.
Yeah.
And I wanted to know, what did you mean by that, and what are the levels?
Right. Great question. So let me show you here. When we talk about the 5 levels in the Freemasonry, we're talking about the 5 steps, all right?
Mm-hmm.
The 5 degrees. So as you see right here, you see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You see that?
Mm-hmm.
The reason why they all connected on those 5 steps, because in Freemasonry, all right, this is what the steps that we take. And to make it simplified, all right, to simplify this, we're talking about converting over to a level of knowledge to wisdom, all right? So there are 5 steps, according to the Freemasonic literature, that one must take to develop wisdom. And once they reign supreme to wisdom, they get to what we call the child. And the child will give us understanding. So the 5 steps is just a crossover from knowledge to wisdom. And remember that we were specifically talking about this Masonic gesture here. Okay, so this Masonic gesture is a sign of distress, right? And in order for us to go from a sign of distress, okay, to being stress-free, we have to have help, or what we call a helping hand. All right, and there are 5 steps that it takes to cross over. And in Freemasonic, they call it a chamber. Okay, so it's a certain chamber that one has to cross over in order to get to the level of wisdom. So that's what I'm referencing, and I don't want to get too deep into what those 5 steps are. Just the easiest way to explain it on a collective level is that in the Freemasonic literature, there are steps to cross over from knowledge to wisdom. For us in the 5%, when we talk about 5%ers, we are really just talking about step 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 would be knowledge as the man, wisdom as the woman, understanding as the child. 4 would be culture, and the 5th would be the power and refinement. All right, so if I was to take the 5% route, which that's the route I would take, I would know that in order to even understand wisdom and knowledge, that we would have to have some level of culture, and we would have to have some level of power and refinement. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I get you.
So that, but on your own time, what I would do, I'll screenshot that, and I would just look that up and then go find out what the Freemasonic steps are. All right. So that was a great question, by the way. All right, but just know this in particular thing is working in our favor more than it is against us. Great question, by the way. You want to go now, Crystal, or you want Ashley to go?
No, I'll go ahead and wait for Ashley. I'll wait after Ashley. I was just gonna post it for her. I have it.
Okay, you chilling. I got you. I got you. You pronoia. All right, what's up, Miss Ashley? How you doing? Miss Ashley, how you doing? Maybe you can hit your microphone button and it'll take you off the mute, Miss Ashley, and you can go ahead and go forward with your question. Okay, well, I think she probably don't want to speak anymore. Let me see if I can take her off mute if that's what's going on.
Oh, got it. Oh no, my original question was about the O negative theme, but then it came down to Freemasons. Are you a Mason?
What type of Mason?
A Freemason.
No, I'm not.
You were just having a conversation about that. Well, okay.
No, I'm not a Freemason. I have not freed myself from the mother or the sun, or from the moon or the stars. I'm not free. I don't free myself from my son, but I do qualify to understand the Masonic lore based upon me being a tribal being over here on this side of the earth plane. I'm an autochthon. I'm AUTOCHON, autochthon, which means the original being of the land. All right, so I have ties to the land. That's what I am.
So growing up, I was given the opportunity to be a rainbow, which is the offset of a Freemason. It's a daughter, whatever. But no, I only come on your TikTok because I saw stuff about like the negative bloodline, whatever. But then it led to whatever. So
yeah, I remember you from when we did the lecture about all the blood types a long time ago. I do remember a lot of you guys were coming through with some level of information. So you are O negative, right?
Yes. So yeah, and you were talking about on your stuff tonight about the star seeds and whatever, and deep dived into it about that bloodline. And it's honestly, I am in healthcare, and this bloodline is legit. There's no science behind it. There's absolutely no science behind it.
It's the Omega blood. The O really symbolized zero, and that's what it was about. It was the number 0, right? That's kind of where it originated from. So that's what it's about.
My deep dive come down to it being are you religious at all?
No, but I have studied theology to a level of degree to where I'm not against religion or I'm not ultimately for religion.
So
go ahead. What's your question, though?
well, I don't have a question. I was just conversation. For me, with my deep dive, come down to going through all of it with the bloodline was coming down to the star seeds and where they come from.
Okay, so when we're dealing with bloodline, moving forward, just right now, how this ties into what's going on right now, there are beings who have information that is going to be activated inside of their bloodline, all right? And it's going to be easy for those beings to be spotted by beings that know what's going on but are trying to contain it and assess that situation. So what's happening is when the bloodline is active, a lot of us are much more ready and available to receive uploads and cosmic downloads and uploads, and we begin to be able to see through the see-through. We begin to see in a level of density, which is a lighter level, and depending on the person's initial awakening is going to determine how they interact with this, what we call ascension symptom. All right, so at the end of the day, that all boils down to if the individual is going to be on the paranoia side of something or what we call the pronoia side of something. Have you ever heard of the word pronoia?
But where does it come from?
Once again, it's blood, it's DNA. It doesn't matter where it comes from. What matters is it activated or is it dormant?
Don't come from God.
Once it's activated,
the creator, source, or whatever, it comes from both. Even a fallen angel was created by God.
It definitely
If
comes
you're scared of having a fallen angel's blood, God gave you the choice to, regardless of your DNA, is of God, because God created you in everything, in God, creator, source, whatever you believe in that gave you life and give you breath. So it doesn't matter what type of blood you have. What that just deciphers, you might have special abilities. You might be a little different than other people. You may not get sick as often as other people with certain things, but it don't make you evil or bad, if that's what you're thinking, Ashley. That's all I wanted to tell you.
And can you explain the pronoia?
one that does work in healthcare. It comes down to
Ashley, have you ever heard of the word pronoia?
I haven't. Explain it.
No, yeah, I wanna know what that.
Okay, yes, ma'am. Thank you, Ms. Jordan. So, pronoia is an extreme case when one begins to know and believe that the universe is conspiring, okay, in their favor. It's the total opposite of pronoia when one believes that everybody or everything is out to. It's the total opposite of paranoia when one believes everything and everybody is out to get them and all of these things, because both of them have an activation. Both beings have an activation. It's just how one perceives, you know, the events, the sequence and arrangement of events that are happening, you know, at a specific time. So a lot of beings that have, you know, utilized the case of pronoia, statistically speaking, they live longer, they are so much more productive, and what begins to happen is the way that they shape and mold reality is so much more beautiful, and they co-create like a utopian type of experience, how they integrate with life.
Yeah, like you said, like seeing the positive over the negative, because it's always both sides of it, you know, of the spectrum. It's just how you see it.
Yeah, gratitude. The simplest way of saying it is gratitude for people who have small minds.
You know, yeah.
Yeah, so it's integrating everything with, it got to be working in my favor, whatever it is. So when I don't even know what it is, it has to be something good going on with it, because I know something greater is working in my favor, right? And when we have this type of perception, when we see things like this or so many other things, we can begin to see the good in everything and see how we can benefit from taking advantage of that perception awareness. So yes, ma'am, that's exactly what it is, and that's exactly what we're talking about. What's going on is there are a lot of beings that know this, right? And then they try to use these tactics to create a paranoia activity into a being, and those games are over with as well, right? You got a lot of people that are egotistical and all of this crazy stuff, but at the end of the day, we see studies that the people who utilize paranoia, they always reign supreme. So I think it's a very, very high vibrational perception awareness to use going forth in anything that we do, starting a business, anything that we do, spirituality, whatever it may be, to know that there's always going to be that level, that aspect of perception awareness in all that we do. And the conspiracy would be working more in your favor than it would be against you. So yes, ma'am, that's what paranoia actually.
That's great. That's a great way to explain it. That's really great.
And it's crazy because I will say the easiest way to level up is, like she said, in the simplest form, is gratitude. Just thanking whoever you believe in, whatever you believe in, for the simplest things. Oh, I woke up this morning. Oh, I got to work this morning. Just little stuff like that is the easiest way to level up yourself in your vibrations.
Absolutely so.
Yeah, I am where I am in life because of God. Like I'm where He put me.
That's a mantra that
I am where He put me. That's my faith. I am where He put me.
That's a mantra that you use, and that's good. I'm gonna give Kalita. How you doing, Kalita?
Hello, my name is Kalita Moore, Deja Vu. Wait, hold on, because I got 4 names that I go by. Sorry, okay. Daughter Zion, Kalita Moore, Deja Vu, and Blackbone. And I just come here to tell you all about God, or Yahweh, Yahshua. I was born a Hebrew Israelite, born in it. Since I was born, I grew up on a Hebrew Israelite farm. God is my father. Black people are the chosen people. We are the real Jews. The Jews that they claim to be Jews are of the synagogue of Satan. And we are the chosen ones. And God wanted me to get up here and let you all know that He will be coming back soon. And their time is up, you Caucasians and the other races. Because Black people are the chosen people. And God will be showing His face soon.
Right, I appreciate you for expressing your faith. All right. However, there is so much more information in regards to these terms that we throwing around. So
it's not terms. This is facts. This is facts. Facts. Look in the Bible and see what God hair looks like. His hair of wool.
Listen, you on the God cast right now. All right, you on the God cast right now. All right, let me show you something. All right, first and foremost, like I was saying, all right, there is so much more information. All right, that predates this 6,000 years before what you choose that you believe right now. So you have to understand that the God you talking about that's coming back, Yahweh, you talking about Enlil, okay? That's a whole nother type of topic. We deal with a God that ain't never left us. All right, the word God itself is a German word. So what you're talking about is a totally different entity. What we deal with is something that ain't never left us. It ain't. We don't have enough God that been with us and left us, and then they're gonna come back and pick us up. We don't deal with that type of philosophy. Okay, we've always been one with the divine, and that divine is the source, and we call it Neteru, nature. We don't have a God that have abandoned us and left us and say you're gonna come back and get it. We don't even subscribe to that level of thinking. Okay, so first and foremost, the God that we also serve don't even have it's not even just a masculine man, he, or is it just a she? Okay, it's androgynous. It's an energy first and foremost. All right, so once you understand the mother, all right, which is the mother of all genes, the Eve gene, which is the black woman, then you won't look at skin color because every skin color came from a black woman. Okay, so it's basically you need to look at there are beings that look just like us, okay, and they not us. All right, it's beings that's black, just like you, that have sold you out, okay, and have turned on you. And it don't matter about skin color, all right? It matters about the active information inside of the DNA, the mitochondrial line. And if one has the ability, all right, to spot the likeness of, all right, like attract likes, not the opposites attract. All right, like attracts like. All right, so the hateful energy that you have in your bloodline for a skin color, okay, for a skin color shows me that you don't even understand anything about energy, frequency, and vibration. Okay, no one wins the race in racism. So until you really go beyond skin, epidermis, okay, when you truly go beyond the epidermis, or what we call melanin types, all right, then you'll always be lost in confusion. All right. So what I really want you to know, I got you. I'll let you down, man. So that was something that the real Most High wanted you to know.
Right.
It's beings that look just like you.
I chime in too? Because even if I don't know if you have to not, but you have to understand there's a lot of people that's like that, and especially women, and that anger comes out of not just. Once you get woke, once the smoke rose-colored glasses come off, you know what I mean? And sometimes people don't understand what you're talking about, because fear, the opposite of God is fear, because God is love, right?
Right.
And the opposite of love is fear. And what I've been learning, and that's why I've been able to get through women more, is especially women like her who feel the way she feels, because it's something that was taught upon them.
Yeah.
And fear is an emotional construct. When they say you pity the fool, is what the type of mindset you have to come into what's about to come down, because at the end of the day, like what Claire said, at the end of the day got to end. And it's not going to matter about black, white, Hispanic, Asian, or none of that. It's not going to matter about that. It's about to be about love or hate, which is pretty much fear. And that's pretty much what people need to start learning. It's not about color no more. It's about right and wrong.
Right, because what we learn to discover is that even pale face, what we call pale face, is a front for the black nobility. All right, there's always a hierarchy somewhere. That's why we see the Pope bowing down to this black woman figure. Okay, so we really have to truly understand that when we use words like Caucasian and things like that, we just name dropping and we name calling, and we really don't even understand the nature of value. All right, it all boils down to how valuable you are and how valuable you can be for the highest good or for the lowest low, or for the lowest low. And at the end of the day, if the nature of our conversation isn't unity, then what is it? It got to be division.
Right. Yeah.
Right? That's what I'm on. That's what I'm looking at. That are you trying?
Yeah, like you said, what can we do? I turn my M from a me to a we, because what can we do? Yeah.
Hey, that M is that man, but that W is that woman.
Amen. Okay, come on.
Okay, and that's exactly what real to be talked about is, the Israelites. I gotta be mad at them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I love them.
Which I just followed you, girl, because you talking about getting connected and stuff, and very much so on that, and again trying to find like-minded individuals to have these conversations with and grow in knowledge and in wisdom.
They're attacking everybody, and with the oligarchy and everything like that. Even just like what he's talking about with Kendrick, and him just talking about what he's talking about, and people who are have the capability, to be able to reach the masses. Now, that's the work that we put in. That's how good, we've been flowing, and the energy's been connecting, and people been waking up and realizing, like he said, we are the government. You know what I mean? We have.
It stopped, didn't it?
This is for the star seed. We trust in the divine to meet our needs. They will not corrupt our deeds. Yeah, we are G-O-D, children of divinity. We know that our soul came from infinity and beyond. We know that we won, children of the sun. Get ready, here we come.